take care of that for me, whatever it is. So bring your mind to the borders of the diaphragm. As you inhale and exhale, making sure that you're allowing the breath to come in at L3, L4, let it roll up your spine. Feel it start to broaden at the level of L1. Broaden like a flashlight beam. Feel it, that bead of light, of breath, that bead of breath coming around both sides of your ribs to the front of your spine. Feel the wave of contraction move all the way through the muscle belly of the diaphragm, front of the body. Feel the whole wave move through the whole muscle belly of the diaphragm. Feel the wave of breath come up to the top of your head, shoulders. Feel it lift your shoulders like they were rafts on top of the ocean. Exhale, feel yourself like a container of fluid, a human-shaped container of fluid emptying from the top all the way down through the chest, into the abdomen. Feel it empty all the way down to the bottom of the pelvis. Let your mind rest inside the abdomen. Feel the sensations of your abdomen as you inhale and exhale. Notice that the sensations of inhalation are different from the sensations of exhalation. The sensations of relaxation are the sensations of exhalation. If you want to experience more sensation of relaxation, exhale longer. And see if you can allow a sense of drawing to reach all the way down to the bottom of the pelvis. Feel that sense of drawing lift the floor of the pelvis. At the end of your exhalation, feel the pelvic floor pucker in to the pelvis. Feel it lifting all the way in. Feel an even line of sensation all the way around the pelvic floor as it gets drawn in at the end of exhalation. Feel how when the pelvic floor drops at the beginning of inhalation, it opens the door for a wave of contraction to come up the spine and spread through the muscle belly of the diaphragm, traveling all the way through the entire muscle belly of the diaphragm. If you haven't started using arm and leg breathing, go ahead and do that. Remember, keep your eyes open if you're standing, okay? For sure, keep your eyes open if you're standing. And go ahead and start arm and leg breathing. So every time we inhale, we're going to lift the toes, we're going to lift the toes, the arches, we're going to squeeze all the muscles of the lower extremities up to the butt cheeks. We're going to do the same with the arms, the palms spread, no hyperextension, palms spread. Everything externally rotates. As the breath spreads into the limbs. As you exhale, everything relaxes, internally rotates. Feel how when the pelvic floor lifts at the end of exhalation and drops at the beginning of inhalation, it kind of opens the door for the breath to enter in at L3, L4 and travel up the spine, rippling out through the diaphragm. And feel now, as you feel that wave of sensation come up the spine, feel for that wave creating a distinct line to the very top of the diaphragmatic dome, almost to the top, not all the way to the top. Remember, there's a loop around the gastroesophageal junction where the esophagus becomes the stomach. Feel for that loop extending right from the diaphragm itself. Feel it grab the food tube and pull it down as you inhale. Feel that pulling on your food tube. You can feel for it at your throat, for the tugging sensation at the front of your throat and under your chin as you inhale. Feel for that tugging sensation as the line of sensation travels up the front of your lumbar spine and loops around your esophagus. Suction seals, let them always be in place, but if they're not, go ahead and create one now with your tongue flat on the roof of your mouth. And swallow. I really should say that at the beginning. I will from now on. So, suction seal in place. Allow that tugging of your food tube to draw your whole lower jaw back and down. Allow that to initiate motion in all the diaphragms of your head. See how much you can just relax and let them all come together at once. And then let's circulate our awareness around them. The floor of the mouth is moving. It's getting drawn in on inhalation and puffing back out on exhalation. That changing pressure gradient brings breath right to the center of the head. The tongue is dragging. The tongue suction to the roof of the mouth is drawing the palate back and down. Bringing breath up the back of the head, neck, and shoulders. The cheeks are moving, are soft and moving, and so they're hugging your teeth as you inhale, they're relaxing back out as you exhale, allowing you to feel like you can get a breath through something as big as your whole face. The eardrums are moving. You're breathing right through your eardrums. They're getting drawn in on inhalation, they're puffing back out on exhalation. Inducing motion in the entire temporal region. Cooling right off. The temples moving. Cooling the frontal lobes off. Feel for the roof of your nasal passages, almost at the level of your eyes and between your eyes. Feel for the roof of your nasal passage and allow it to be drawn into motion by the motion of your thoracic diaphragm. Feel it drawn down on inhalation. Feel it lift back up on exhalation. Feel for your orbits, the bony cups that hold your eyeballs. Feel for the borders of the eyeballs themselves. Now appreciate the space between the eyeballs and the bony walls. Feel for the fat cells and muscle cells and fascia between the eyeball and the bony wall of the socket. Allow your eyeballs to get drawn in on inhalation and puff back out on exhalation. Feel the cells in the space between the bone and the eyeball itself soften and move like liquid. As the eyeball gets drawn in gently on inhalation and puffs back out on exhalation. If you feel any asymmetry, if you notice asymmetry in the sensations of contraction on the two sides of your body, it might be a good time to practice alternate side breathing. So I will let the breath out. I'll let the breath out on one side and notice that my body kind of shifts toward that side. Then I'm going to inhale on the opposite side. I'm exaggerating the motion a little bit, but actually I'm not, I could do this and not move as much either. But I'm moving as a result of pressure change. So if you feel asymmetry anywhere in the system, go ahead and do some alternate side breathing. And see if every time you exhale, you can't relax yourself into a deeper integration between the right and left sides of your body. Now go ahead, stay in the head for just a little bit longer and bring your mind to your corneas, to the borders of the corneas, at the front of the eyeball. It's kind of looks like it's kind of like having where a contact lens covers somebody up. It's a clear connective tissue. Feel for the edges of it. Take your mind to your eyeballs and feel for the edges of your cornea. Try to feel the edges symmetrically all the way around. Feel a full, complete line of sensation around the cornea. Allow it to be drawn in on inhalation and puff back out on exhalation. Let yourself take in the whole room. Let your awareness be very peripheral. And now let's go deeper to the iris, the circular muscle that opens and closes the pupil. Feel for the fluid around the iris and let it be soft and liquid-like. Feel for any place where the liquid's not moving and allow it to move. Now go deeper than the iris, go to the lens. Let all of these 3 diaphragms move. Let them get drawn in on inhalation, let them puff back out on exhalation. If you notice there's restriction on one side, you can also do some single-sided breathing. And every time you exhale, see if you can relax more deeply than the time. Keep your eyes open. And remember, you can sit down whenever you want or need to sit down. Now let's come out of the head and into the arms and legs. And if you haven't been doing arm and leg breathing, please do some now. And I want you to notice that as you exhale, your body spirals into your center. Every time you inhale, it spirals out from your center. It's a good idea to go with those spirals. To allow your body to move in them as you inhale and exhale. Each time. And now I'm going to try something. We're going to try doing a little bit of movement. I'm not sure if you can see me, but the way we're going to do this is I'm going to do alternate side breathing. But I'll just talk you through it. I'm going to relax. I'm relaxing the right side of my body, and I'm letting my head fall. I'm alternate side breathing. I'm relaxing over here on the right, and I'm letting my head go to the side. My shoulders stay stable. And now I'm going to inhale and finish my exhalation. And I'm going to let that pressure lift my head up and take me further away in my comfortable range of motion. We may not move very far. It may just be right to here, and then realize, oh, I should finish my exhale right here. And only go as far as the breath takes you comfortably. And just try a couple of these. See if we can pick it up right away. How we can use the breath like as a party favor motion to bring the head, to move the head around. And you can definitely use the trick of engaging the arms and legs to augment that sense of filling from the bottom and driving your head further on inhalation. And it's the pressure leaving that side that actually brings your body back to midline passively. You can keep doing these. And it can be a very soft motion. It doesn't have to be a big motion. Two, And finish up your last one and come back to a place that feels like neutral. And now we're going to do the same thing with turning the head. I'm going to fill my whole system up with breath. Then the water level on the right side drops down, so my head will turn into the negative pressure by itself. When I get all the way down to the floor of my pelvis, I'm going to engage on the opposite side to go further, looking further right. And then as I let the pressure out, my head comes back. Now I'm going to let the pressure on the other side out from the top to the bottom. Filling. Good. Let's try a couple of those each side. That was just a bonus. And let's go back to breathing on both sides for one big breath, and then let's just relax into just breathing with our thoracic diaphragm. And if you've got this wide leg posture, wider stance like I have right now, go ahead and shift your weight onto one leg and bring your feet closer together so that your feet are actually right underneath yourselves. Big breath with the thoracic diaphragm. Thank you all very much. Thank you all very much. Are there any questions, comments, feedback? Oh, hold on.
Alternate. I like the alternate nostril breathing today.
Oh, good. Good, good. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. Any questions today? Alternate nostril breathing. Who likes the alternate nostril breathing?
Oh, it's Chris. I'm on the phone.
Oh, good, good. No, it's alternate nostril breathing is kind of amazing. Any questions, comments for that today? Yes, Janet.
It feels like the whole side, not just the nostril.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but you'll definitely feel one nostril way more pronounced than the other. So, yes. And was Rana, you had a question?
Yeah, just wanted to thank you so much. These are extremely helpful in many different, it has many different benefits for me, both like physical pain, stress reduction, getting control of my breath. So I'm seeing a lot of improvement.
Thank you. Sorry, there was stuff that just flashed on my computer. I'm getting used to it. No, I appreciate it so much. I appreciate everybody for coming. This has been an amazing experience for me. Truly it has. I've learned so much as a result, and I'm just so excited for everybody to have this because like we can
Just in a second, just a second.
Pretty cool. Can I ask a question, please? Was it okay that I threw that head movement stuff in there? Did that work for people?
Yeah.
Yeah, no problems. Like it wasn't too difficult it didn't get you too out of your head where you wanted to be with regard to the standing practice.
It was too much for me.
It was too much for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And anybody else? No, we don't know. We don't know. Yes.
It was a little dark, like I would have, like it in that room when you were back. Now I can see it clearly, but back there, so
Okay.
it would have been, I think I could have seen more. I mean, I could still feel it, but it's nice to mirror with you. And I don't know if you saw that your sister appeared on your dad's telephone. Did you see that?
No.
She was holding the phone up to the screen with
Oh, that's so
your
funny.
sister's face.
Lucy.
That was great. Hi, Lisa.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, were you saying something, Janet?
You're right above your father and you have the same smile.
I know. Yeah, very similar sense of humor too, probably. Okay, well, so maybe even though it was too much, was like, would doing something like that at the end of another session, like for what do we do it for? I think we did it for like 3-4 minutes, and then you can, if you need to go out in and out the door, you could go out. Okay, super. I didn't get a response. I was looking away when I asked that question. Was a couple minutes of that distracting from the session, or, I mean, we can do that at another time. But I thought Saturday might actually be a good day to segue into like maybe another half-hour like practice where we move. We do like a half-hour movement practice.